Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to episode 2 of the Mualimaat Collective podcast. I am your host, Muslima Ismail Ali, and the title of today's episode is Children, a Test from Allah. In a recap of the last episode, we were in conversation with Shaykha Ro'diyah Joseph Al-Azhariya, who spoke about raising children, specifically young girls, with good ethics. Now, it is undoubtedly a fact that raising children is a joy in all of our lives, but it also comes with an abundance of challenges. And thus, we continue with this episode titled Children, a Test from Allah. We do say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Shaykha Ro'diyah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. The second part is children are a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is a manner which we have taken from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is a gift given from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for us. Our du'as that we make dua, we say, Rabbana hab lana. So we say, Oh Allah, the bestower of gifts, give us the gift min azwajina, from our offspring, from our spouses, and on our lineage. That we ask them, then when they are children coming, there must be the coolness of the eyes. Qurrat a'yun, there must be the coolness of our eyes. Waj'alna al-muttaqina imama, and let us be from the leaders of those who have piety. So it is a test. Now Allah Ta'ala has given us the amana, and at the same time Allah Ta'ala is testing us. How are we going to take care of this amana? It is a test. So if you look at the words tests in many verses, in Surah Tabarak, the first verse, I'm just generally mentioning it because if we have to do analysis, it's really going to come up a lot of ayat. So if we look at the first verse in Surah Mulk, Allah Ta'ala says, Tabarakalladhi biyadihi al-mulk. All dominion belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wa ala kulli shay'in qadir. So then Allah Ta'ala mentions the actions in that verse. I'm going to come to the test of Allah. Yeah. Then Allah Ta'ala says, liyabluwakum ayyukum ahsanu amala. To test you, who of you are the best in the actions that you are producing and what you are doing on this dunya. So Allah Ta'ala created life and death, test us all. Who of us are the best in our actions and our deeds that we are doing. So in the verse, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ, this verse is referring to tests also and trials, tribulations. Allah Ta'ala is letting us go through all this. What are the tests we are going through? It is fear we're going to have in this dunya. It is hunger. It is a shortage of money, and wal-anfus, it is also the nafs. So if you look at the nafs, children are also coming from, as they are nafs, they are individuals, they are nufus, they are souls that Allah Ta'ala is testing us with. And from there, it also comes in the raising of children, and then the fruit and the bounties Allah Ta'ala is mentioned, and then Allah Ta'ala says at the end of the verse, وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ, glad tidings of those who endure with patience. So, sabr and enduring through the whole process of tarbiyah is also required from all of us. وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ, death is coming after that. I'm going to link this to a hadith that is mentioned that I will also do here, because Allah Ta'ala mentioned وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ, who are those? Then Allah Ta'ala mentions those who were afflicted with calamity, and that is the calamity of death. The word asaba is also mentioned in a hadith. The Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has mentioned man asaba min hadhihi al-banat, or when Allah Ta'ala has given you a test of daughters, giving you daughters, and then another narration will say man ibtuliya min hadhihi al-banat bi shay'. So the word ibtala or ibtuliya is also mentioned in the narrations of hadith. Okay, so that is why it is a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How are we going to pass the test? One of my shayukh, rahimahullah, used to say, like I mentioned previous, it is not easy, because he will say they are nice, they enjoy at a certain point, but when they reach the adolescent stage and they become mukallaf, and then how can I say, when they start getting headstrong, then they say you jannah, they'll cause you to get crazy at a certain point. But even at that point, as parents, there has to be understanding and knowing, because you as a parent, me and you as a parent, we also went through that stage. So it is a time when love should be practiced, and like I've mentioned, compassion at all stages, because never was compassion rejected at any time. But it is when there are negativity and anger and misunderstanding and conflict, this is times when rejection kicks in and then acceptance becomes difficult. So Allah may Allah make it easy, inshallah. So that why it is a test. It is a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also, because we can't just leave the child, because the child is going to say, your rights. What was the right of the child? The right of the child was to have the maintenance, to have the education, and that it continues. It is not only on their child, because after you marry off, you did your amana to marry off your daughter from the fathers and the mothers, but then they still have, even like I've mentioned previously, to have that family tie and know if everything is fine and it is okay. And this we learned from our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He went to Sayyidah Aisha radhiallahu anha. Sayyidina Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, he went to his daughter Sayyidah Aisha radhiallahu anha, and to go and still see if she's okay. He came to eat with them, Sayyidah Aisha bin Rasulullah. And this was how he kept the family ties, even if she was married to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And yet he also, in the same time, had that strong companionship with his best friend, our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this section, I'll just say it is a test, and everyone can pass the test.
And of course, that concludes episode 2 of the Mualimaat Collective podcast, specifically speaking about children, a test from Allah. This was quite a short episode, but do stay tuned for episode number 3, where we will speak about the solutions to a sound upbringing for children. Just to know, if you would like to get involved with any of our courses or programs, do contact us via our social media, and that is on Facebook as well as Instagram as the Mualimaat Collective. Shukran for tuning into this episode. We'll see you in the next one.